Hello internet strangers slash acquaintances. I'm Monmon. I'm an artist. That means staring at a blank canvas for an ungodly amount of time, wondering why the cool idea hasn't drawn itself yet. Besides that, being an artist also means that you have unfinished, ongoing projects. I have a few that I want to rant about. They're not completely fleshed out, but I still think they're pretty neat. Before I begin, a fair warning for my projects. They do have dark subject matters. Mentions of MURDER, the chaotic unknown, and body horror / human experimentation. The first project I was working on recently is called Dead Ben and the Body Bags. Synopsis is an undead punk rock band. It was inspired by fictional bands like Gorillaz, Hex Girls, etc. I first came up with the idea during my early senior year of high school. The character lineup is Ben / Benicio / Benny. He is the lead singer. Amari or Mari, she is the backup vocals and the lead guitarist. Enzo is the bass guitarist. And then there's Alice, who's the drummer. The group of friends started doing music in Alice's garage. Playing in the band was a creative outlet for them. They all became friends during their freshman year of high school. Remember when I said that all these ideas are not totally fleshed out? I have a few ideas I want to throw out the wall and see what sticks. They get their first gig, but then never get the chance to play because they were murdered in the parking lot. Maybe the Grim Reaper could be their manager? Their design injuries correlate to how they died. Like Enzo was suffocated, that's why he still has the bag on his head. Amari had her arm and leg broken. Benny was stabbed in the chest. Alice's face is disfigured because she fought back. They ironically get more popular now that they're undead. And for fun, I have decided to make a small playlist that inspired me to create this fictional band. Next up is Animal Head's The Odd Calypse. The synopsis is a poly trio who live normal lives during a dimensional warping, monster summoning, panic-inducing apocalypse. The inspiration for this series was inspired by Gravity Falls, Madoka Magica, Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, and The Labyrinth. Now for the character lineup. This is Babel. She is the god of a different realm. This is Dylan, a non-binary Afro-Latino who has a part-time job at a restaurant. This is Gwen. She's Japanese and she works at a pet shop. And Cal is a Latino who works at a coffee / donut shop. Babel being a god, she doesn't actually have real friends. Everyone in her dimension is a creation of her own imagination. Basically, she's in her own echo chamber. So when she finds out about Earth, she actually really loves the mundane. There are other creatures in Babel's dimension. The creatures of that dimension are all synonymous words of like noise. There are two groups, which one is common and the other is hostile. The common are chatterboxes, mutters, mumbles, singers, giggles, whispers, criers, and snorers. There's also the occasional sock puppet, talking pillows, talking candy, disembodied hands, and blue goop. For the hostiles, there are screamers, yells, wails, cackles, and shrieks. Babel owns a cottage with a huge garden. The gates keep out unwanted company. Since the gates are made out of hands, they can do puppet shows, they know ASL, etc. Kaleido is another one of Babel's creations. Kaleido is infatuated with death and murder. He eventually actually gets sent away to a facility to be studied. This next creation is actually very dear to Babel, and his name is Jawbreaker. He has no lower jaw. Enjoy this brief comic of Animal Head's The Odd Calypse. Just like with Dead Ben and the body bags, here are some other ideas I want to throw at the wall. The trio befriends Babel in order to save their dimension. Maybe they use Jawbreaker as a way to get through to her. Maybe there should be a sad ending or a bittersweet resolution. Maybe the dimensions merge, or maybe they stay separate. I'm not sure. The synopsis for Starfish is a girl who is kidnapped and forced to be an organ donor because she can regenerate limbs at an alarming speed. This idea came to me in a nightmare. This idea is also more of a concept. The scene played out with a tired, disheveled girl on an operating table. Her limbs have been taken from her. She's helpless. Her various limbs and organs are given to those who are incredibly and disgustingly wealthy. No longer wanting dentures? Take her teeth. Black lungs from smoking too much? Take hers. As long as you have the money, they'll give it to you. As my nightmares continue, it goes to a scene where she apparently is still kind of like psychically connected to the organs that she had previously given. Towards the ending of the nightmare, it's her basically reconnecting with all of her missing limbs, and the previous donated organs are torn from the recipients, and they all somehow go back to her. It was a strange nightmare, and that's saying something because I normally do not dream. I was thinking that maybe this concept would be best as a short horror comic or a short horror story. Thank you all so much for listening to my babbling. If you're interested in learning more about my OCs, comment, like, and subscribe. Until we meet again. Adios.